This is Adam D, and I'll be covering the basics of Magic the Gathering. I will be giving a brief overview of the different card types to help you understand how the different cards work while playing with your friends. Lands are the most important part of the game because they produce mana to allow you to cast your spells. Basic lands produce one type of mana, whereas there are other lands that produce multiple different types, which are known as non-basic lands. Creatures are spells that will remain on the battlefield until they've been dealt enough damage to die. Most people use creatures to deal damage to their opponents to win the game. Some creatures have special abilities to make them grow stronger to deal more damage. Enchantments have many different uses throughout the game, ranging from helping your creatures, to hurting your opponent's creatures, to being there whenever you need them later in the game. Instants are spells that can be played at any time during the game. These usually range from countering a spell, to dealing direct damage to an opponent, to saving a creature that would have otherwise died. Sorceries are similar to instants, although they can only be played during the first or the second main phase. The first and the second main phase happen before and after the attack phase. Artifacts, like enchantments, have a variety of different uses. Some are creatures and can attack your opponents, where others can be attached to your creatures to make them stronger. Planeswalkers act as a helper on the battlefield. You may add or remove loyalty counters to activate their abilities. When attacking, your opponent must decide whether to attack you or your Planeswalker instead. The final type is Tribal, which is used mostly in specific creature decks such as fairies, elves, goblins, and shapeshifters. In review, we went over the 8 different card types, and hopefully this gave you some insight on what each of them does. Lands are the most important and allow you to cast your spells. Creatures allow you to attack your opponents. Enchantments do a variety of different things, from helping you to hurting your opponent. Instants can be cast at any time during the game. Sorceries are like instants but can only be cast during the first and second main phase. Artifacts, like enchantments, have a variety of different uses, from attacking your opponents to making your creatures stronger. Planeswalkers act as a helper against your opponent. And finally, Tribal is used mostly in specific creature decks such as fairy, elves, goblins, and shapeshifters.